he's not a nice guy, the character that I play. He's a jealous, petty, mean-spirited, a character who does everything he can to destroy who he sees as his enemy, who in this case is George Clooney's character. I think he's an amalgamation of a couple of characters. I don't think there wasn't actually a guy quite like this, but for dramatic purposes they've sort of created him. It's one of those movies where it's less about following a specific character, and it's more about the sum of its parts, because everything that gets layered, everything that you're learning about what this group is doing and who they were and how much they were pushing the boundaries, I think all of it adds up, and I was quite, I don't know, I was quite surprised when I saw the movie to feel that the film is, in some odd way, quite touching by the end of it. There's something about the spirit of it, and in fact, as crazy as it is, what these people were doing, there's a part of you that really wants to believe it's possible. There's a part of you that wants to think that, yeah, this would be great to have an army like this. It's hard to understand why my character seems to be in such defiant hate of George's character. There's no rhyme or reason for it. It just is, and he is constantly trying to screw him up, get him in trouble, steal ideas from him, and yet in this odd way behaves like they're friends. I suppose we've all come across people like that in our lives. And it works fairly well for George and I, because George is a big practical joker, and I also like to do practical jokes. So there's a little bit of that going on all during shooting as well. And I'm not going to tell you who's winning. I've known all these guys a long time, and this is what movie making should be. You know, it should be groups of people getting together who are up for the same thing and up for for the same reasons, and get along, and you know, the egos are left at the door, and you get on with it and have a good time, and that's exactly what happened here. Maybe it's the first comedy to come out of this whole situation that is still respectful to the ideals of what being a good soldier are, at least in this particular group. What they're trying to do is to change the way in which we think about conflict. And so in a weird way, I guess that's what I mean by the film being somewhat touching by the end of it. I kind of wish it was sort of that way.
Lieutenant Colonel Django used funds from the project's black budget to procure prostitutes.
That's a lie.
And to get drugs for himself and his men.
Well, the hooker thing is definitely a lie.